he's not on the mic.
Left flat, spider three, wide banana, first down, and goal to go 49ers.
He's focused on the film.
We're going to break down a couple of plays.
Time for Papa's Playbook as Greg Papa goes deep on the game tape.
We'll get to the jet sweep in a minute.
On KNBR, the sports leader.
Oh, yes, let's do it. Our first of the season. Greg Papa is back on KNBR, and we're ready to be breaking down a couple of plays. You know, if you're watching us on YouTube and Twitch, you can see the plays we're about to show you, and if I didn't look longer than just a couple of seconds, I would think that's Kyle Shanahan himself right there with that offseason beard and the hat and the clothes right there. So, Kyle/Papa, what do we got in the gold mine this week? Let's do it.
We got the Shanahan going. I thought Kyle dialed up a great game. Go on the road and get off to a 2-0 start, bro.
Yeah.
And do it the way they did it. It wasn't always perfect in battle. This team they're back to being a well-coached team. They're back to blocking and tackling and executing game plans and doing it with two different starting quarterbacks. It's really been quite impressive. But Kyle always talks about, and we've had him on the show many times in all the interviews I've done with him, about lapping opponents, scoring late in the half, trying to score to come out of the half and all that. But where the game was taken really was that drive at the end of the first half after New Orleans scored to make it a 9-7 game. You start on the 23, and Mac Jones just in the pocket, boom, 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 hits you AJ, breaks a tackle, gets out of bounds for 13 yards, just goes right down the field, using McCaffrey, using Jennings over and over again, and then getting yourself in the low red zone. And what was the problem with the Niners last year? The low red zone, not having Christian McCaffrey after the 23 year when he had the 21 touchdowns, 14 of which were in the red zone. And he hadn't been in the end zone since the Super Bowl. And it was the Juwan Jennings double pass that got him in. But we're going to take you to the faithful play. I mean, he had to close it out and all that at the end. But to take the game the way they did right before halftime is so Shanahan. And it's play design. So it is a 3rd and 5. 11 seconds to go in the half on the New Orleans 7-yard line. Let's look at the video, our first installment. Thank you, Walter, in the Papa's Playbook. We will see the video first, or are we going to hear Oh No Tacion first? Which one do you want to go with first?
We're going to toss the play first.
Let's see the play.
All right.
Can we see the play?
Let's hit it.
Or the audio of the play, this Carlos Ramirez's call? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, we're going to hear.
Is it the audio call or the video call? We know it's the play. It's not what. No, now you're showing it to me. All right, see McCaffrey go in motion there.
The slot, empty backfield. Jones from the gun. The snap. Looks right. Looks. Throws. End zone. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey. Back of the end zone. Right side. Perfect pass by Mac Jones. Just floated it in there. And cue the March song. It's the return of the Mac, baby.
Ah, no! Tacion! All right, so McCaffrey goes in motion. The defensive end, Granderson, is going to line up over him. The Niners already showed this action going into a timeout. He carries him to the goal line, then he drops him. And now you're giving McCaffrey a head start and a two-way go to the corner against Alontae Taylor. Brandon Staley, what happened to your genius tag when you were running McVay's defense, and then a nice ball placement, and McCaffrey's just different. Again, the motion. They showed this going into the timeout, and New Orleans, are they cool with this? We want Granderson, a stand-up and outside linebacker, to pick him up in the low red zone like this in a 3rd and 5 from the 7-yard line. That is a structural mistake. He's not going to defend him at all. He lets him go. He drops him. So he doesn't even carry him in the end zone. They don't double him. They drop him. Taylor is flat-footed and late. McCaffrey got behind both of them. And once he's behind him, Mac Jones, clean pocket, hits the corner of the end zone. Great call, Car Ram. We'll look at it again. Now, they're showing a zone here, right? He went in motion, and nobody moved. Demario Davis is saying, you got him. They're telling you what they're going to do. And that the amazing thing was there was a timeout called before that, the play before, and McCaffrey tipped it early. He went in motion and showed it. And I thought, well, Staley saw that. So he's going to get out of that. If McCaffrey goes in any motion there, he's going to do that. Well, why would you line up a defensive end, Carl Granderson, one-on-one to match up with Christian McCaffrey on the goal line? Wouldn't you just put Alontae Taylor on him to start, or a much better coverage player on him to start, or your nickelback? Kool-Aid wasn't going to get it done. So that is just the Shanahan. And then I love Mick Lombardi. Man, the energy that he has on the sideline. Those guys are not in New England anymore. They wouldn't have exploded like that, except when they won the whole thing. And free snap motion, Granderson could have take the inside technique, let him go outside, and then he just trades him off. And then McCaffrey scores. So you have a player as good as Christian McCaffrey, you can't defend him that way. You put Kyle Shanahan in a Shanahan and have CMC in the ball placement of Mac the Knife. You got a touchdown there, and you got a 2-score lead going into halftime, and Brock loved it. Beautiful play. So that's one play. And the other one is going to be the Jawan Jennings touchdown. And this is just, and Cam Inman texts me all the time. I love Cam. I don't know who came up with 3rd and Jawan. I think he did, and then I stole it from him. But he is 3rd and Jawan over and over. Why is he 3rd and Jawan? Because he beats man coverage on 3rd and shorts. He's had a couple in Seattle on 3rd and 7s when he caught short and just house guys to pick up the knee. But mainly, and he can beat man. For a guy who can't run, can't jump, even when Ayuk was here, he's the best man separator on this team. Ricky will give him a run, but JJ can beat man. I'd like to go back. Cam Inman, I'm giving you a homework assignment. Of all the 3rd and Jawans, how many went 11 yards and how many against a zone coverage? So you were debating where the ball. They lined him up at X. You don't have Ayuk. Jawan Jennings. Let's roll this, Walter. It is the Jennings touchdown here. He lines up at X wide receiver, and he's through a zone. He's just running like Paul Warfield through an open prairie. Nobody lays a finger. That's so easy for Jawan Jennings. Again, Brandon Staley. What's going on, bro? I stood behind him in practice. That guy made me so nervous. He was so twitchy and up on his toes. I'm like, do you have Tourette's? I see you. So there's the coverage here. And Pete Warner's the guy, the linebacker, but just a slight little reroute there. That's nothing there from Kool-Aid. And Jennings is running. Now, it's right there is the call. That's the focal point. McCaffrey freezes Pete Warner, the linebacker, number 20. And now he really is in no man's land. He kind of drops Jennings, and now it's over. It's a house call. No one's tackling him in the open field. But it's structure and how they do it. So Jawan, again, is the X wide receiver, the outside receiver. He thinks he's going to get man against Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid trains him off. Now Pete Warner's going to take the underneath to take the short part of the route. He doesn't. He gets influenced by McCaffrey, and they drop Jennings again. And right down the middle, that is a clean pitch and catch. And again, a very atypical 3rd and Jawan touchdown. But again, Brock could do. Look at the pocket for Mac Jones. And the line did play well in this game. Much better than they played in Seattle.
Yeah.
And he just pierced it. So 3rd and Jawan on 3rd down at 11. A huge play in the game. Car ram! Let me hear you, brother.
McCaffrey to the left of Jones. Quick snap from the gun. Pressure coming. Throws. Wide open, Jawan Jennings. Open field. 25, 50. He's gone. 5. Touchdown! 49ers on 3rd down. It's 3rd and Jawan. 42-yard gain for a San Francisco touchdown.
Hell yeah, Karan. By the way, I love how he says he's gone well before he's in the end zone, because to your point in illustrating the way Jawan was able to get wide open, as soon as
he's gone right there. He's gone on the 20.
It is a house call from the catch and run.
Again, it's Kyle Shanahan at his best. Just the play design. He's out of the X wide receiver. You think you have man there. No, it's zone. And now they don't even cover the middle of the zone. You go up against a cover 3 or a cover 4, you can tack a weak side linebacker like Pete Warner. I called Pete Warner's Big Ten championship game for Ohio State against Northwestern. He was on Chase Young's team then. Great player. I mean, when he was younger, has he lost that much in space? The Niners really attacked him. There's one time they motioned McCaffrey outside of him on the sideline, got outside leverage on him and beat him all day. Kyle will pick on linebackers that can't cover over the middle of the field. Just ask the Los Angeles Rams. But that was a different one. I don't know if it was a special kind of play. It wasn't a flea flicker, but that was Mac. And again, why does Kyle like Mac Jones? He plays from the pocket, like Brock Purdy. He moved the eyes of Pete Warner with McCaffrey. Everybody thinks it's going to go to McCaffrey. He's the gravitational pull. He's Steph Curry. So we already got Alontae Taylor on him. We don't need that. And then to have Pete Warner just open up and let Jawan run right down the middle. So in both of those touchdowns, that is just scheme. That is, I don't know who the 5 eligibles are. Kendrick Bourne, is that you, KB? You're back in the house making plays. You're born to be a Niner. You never should have left. I mean, it's like here, there, everywhere. Who's playing? I don't even know But the way they used McCaffrey you don't have Deebo Samuel anymore. Obviously, you don't have George Kittle anymore. You don't have Brandon Ayuk right now. You don't have your special toy, Superman. But you got Kyle Shanahan and that brilliant mind, and you got the biggest toy of them all in McCaffrey. Use him in those situations to catch the ball and score when they drop him, to suck the coverage his way and open it up for third and Juwan, to do it on 11 yards out and to do it across a zone. When has he ever done that?